Welcome into Mavericks Today. I am Tom Downey here with all the latest on your Dallas Mavs. That includes some trade rumors. And when we talk about the Mavs, we're really talking about Luka. The play from a guy I would still take over every NBA player out there, including Giannis, is blowing me away right now. Mavs are on a 5-game winning streak, thanks almost entirely to the play of Luka Doncic. He's making history in the process. Franchise record for points in a game. He dropped 60. The first 60-point, 20-rebound triple-double in NBA history. Not even LeBron did that. The Mavs were the first team to come back from down 9 with 35 seconds or less. I'll be honest, I thought the game was over. I thought they had no chance, which, like, the other thousands of times that happened, it was game over there. He's already 9th all-time in assists in team history. He had the fifth third quarter triple-double against Houston again. He's got 5 of the 7 since 97-98. Luka carries this team on his back. His last 5 games, utter insanity. 40.4 points per game, almost 12 rebounds, 10.5-ish assists, shooting almost 43% from deep. Is it sustainable? Not quite really. Like, at some point, Luka will come back down to earth. I know the Mavs not having the best season so far this year. I would challenge anyone to find a more valuable player right now in the NBA. I get Tatum's playing well, and Nikola Jokic can just put up elite advanced stats numbers, and it's still Giannis, who I get is Giannis, and I guess we'll throw in Kevin Durant for the name perspective there. But I think unquestionably, Luka is a generational player. The way he carries a team that, honestly, I don't think is that good around him, minus a couple pieces who I still don't think you have really a great number 2. I think deep down he would prefer Christian Wood being a number 3. There are moments, sure, where Hardaway plays like a number 3, but he's the streaky sixth-man type of player. You've got some injuries. You miss Brunson a little bit. Your wings are not great. Luka's absolutely carrying this squad. The upcoming schedule here for the Dallas Mavericks: New Year's Eve at San Antonio, at Houston against Boston. That's the Luka Tatum game. That'll be a blast. Zion Williamson against the Pelicans on 1-7, and then the 8th at Oklahoma City. To put the winning streak in perspective right now for your Mavs, if the Mavs beat Houston and San Antonio, which I think is very doable, I think you should win those games. Those teams are not great. The Mavs will be on their longest winning streak since 2011. That's pretty damn awesome if you are Dallas. So let's show Luka some love. Everyone head down to the comment section. Type in 77 for me, because I think Luka is worthy of every single bit of praise he gets. There's no better athlete right now in the NBA, and certainly no better player in Dallas. Do you know how much your subscriptions are really costing you? Most Americans think they spend around $80 a month on subscriptions. The actual total cost is closer to $200 plus. That's right, folks. You could be wasting hundreds of dollars each month on subscriptions you didn't even know about. There's this app that I love to use that takes care of it for me. It's called Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill. The app shows all your subscriptions in one place and then cancels for you whatever you don't still want. Rob Money giving 5 subscriptions you didn't know you were charged for, or maybe ones you were double charged for. To cancel a subscription, all you have to do is press cancel, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest for you. Get rid of useless subscriptions with Rocket Money now. Go to rocketmoney.com/NBA now. It could save you hundreds of dollars per year, folks. It's rocketmoney.com/NBA now. Links in the comment section and the description of today's show. It's rocketmoney.com/NBA now. Let's talk trade rumors now around the Dallas Mavericks. A lot of buzz, I'll say surprisingly so, linking Trey Young to Dallas. Bleacher Report's Chris Haynes says Trey Young will be the next star to request a trade. Things are not going the way they should be going in Atlanta. And odds, Vegas odds, which when it comes to the next team, they're not nearly as accurate as they are like in-game and spreads and whatnot. Dallas is your betting favorite. The Heat are number 2 at +250. That's the team I think makes the most sense, by the way, for Trey Young. I think he and Jimmy Butler would be a fantastic duo. The Celtics +400. The Lakers at +700 because it's the Lakers. The Denver Nuggets at +700 as well. Like, if you get Trey Young, you're probably like, okay, fine, we'll do it like it's Trey Young. We'll figure out the pieces long-term, whatever. I don't think that Young is a great fit with the Dallas Mavericks. I think Trey Young's a really great basketball player, although his numbers are down this year, at least from an efficiency standpoint. 27.3 points per game, almost 10 assists. That's really good in terms of your impact and play and everything. He's a great player. But the Trey Young, DeJounte Murray backcourt hasn't worked in Atlanta because Murray doesn't bring you enough shooting off the ball. And the problem I run into, not that Luka and Young aren't great players, it's that how are they both best? With the ball in their hands. And they're both guards. And I think what the Mavs are missing is not another ball-dominant guard. Like, yeah, Brunson works as like your backup combo guard, and Trey Young's like a souped-up version of him. But you would be not maximizing either player. Now, in the end, if you got Trey Young, I'd probably be like, it's Trey Young, we'll figure it out. The defensive issues, I know. I would prefer a better wing, which we'll get to that guy here. I think would be a fantastic fit here in a little bit. I think your trade package would have to be something along the lines of Spencer Dinwiddie, Christian Wood, multiple draft picks. So you're getting a great player, make no mistake about it, but you're also missing out on a good piece in Wood. Now you got more big men concerns. Your wings are still not very good. Because of the cost involved, even though I love training the player, and it'd be fun, it'd be an elite 2K team, right? And I don't care about defense. I just shoot for days. I don't think it's a great route to go. I think if I want to find more talent and help out Luka, I don't think Young is the type of fit that would be an ideal outcome, unless he ends up being super cheap, but I just can't see that happening. I also think he gets dealt in the end from the Hawks. So would you trade for Trey Young? T for trade, P for pass. Let me know in the comment section. The trade deadline, by the way, is only 6 weeks away. Coverage will ramp up here on Mavericks Today and, of course, on the Chat Sports YouTube channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss out on any of the news, rumors, etc. Hit that sub button for free right now. Now, this idea is the one I'm much more intrigued by. Zach LaVine. LaVine is having an interesting situation in Chicago overall this year. He's the exact type of player I think fits perfectly with Luka Doncic. Here's what Tim McMahon, via the interview, or I should say guest appearance on the Lowe Post. I do love Zach Lowe. Here's what Tim said. I just know that there are fans of him that hold prominent positions within the Mavericks. I'm not sitting here and telling you there's some great consensus. I think there's enough fans of him where I wouldn't totally rule it out. I would be worried, frankly, if the Mavericks front office didn't like Zach LaVine, because I think he's a great fit. And if he ends up being shot by the Bulls, that is something I would love to get behind and add to my roster. LaVine this year, 22.2 points per game, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 37.5 three-point percentage. He offers you good defense. He can play on the wing. He can be ball dominant when Luka needs a breather. He fits the profile of what the Mavericks need. Athletic wing who isn't a liability as a shooter, who can play off ball, who can play on ball when needed, and offers good defense. The wings right now for Dallas, let's call it like it is, folks. Not good. Dorian Finney-Smith can play some defense. He's got the injury right now, the adductor, however you pronounce that. Adductor, thank you. I don't do medical terms. He's got the adductor strain. I still think it's made up, but the actual injury, but like, of course he's hurt. I don't think adductor is a real thing. DFS can play defense, can't shoot. Reggie Bullock, there are games where he gets going. And that's like the best thing I can say about Bullock. He's a streaky, he's like your 8th man, your 9th man. He's not someone you want to rely on outside of like just shooting 2K. Josh Green has the elbow sprain. Now that's a real medical concern. We'll see when he gets back. Look, it should have been Desmond Bane. We can go back and forth on picks in recent years. Bane could have been on this team and maybe we'd feel so much better. But Green is coming along decently, I think. Frank Ntilikina, okay, like he's got some defense, but like, we're talking about Frank Ntilikina in 2022. What are we doing out here? A.J. Lawson just signed on a 2-way deal, but he's not saving things here. This is where you need the most improvement on your roster. This position. Finding a 2-way wing who can shoot, can score, can play defense. I would love to get Zach LaVine. Now, I'm not going to get my hopes up necessarily, but that's kind of where I would hope and pray to get an impact player. Of these two guys, who would you rather have? L for Zach LaVine, Y for Trey Young. Sound off for me in the comment section.